Welcome to the Week 16 Shark Tank Podcast. My name is Warren Sharp of SharpFootballAnalysis.com, and I hope you guys had a very Merry Christmas with your friends and family. We are now into Week 16, and we are joined, as we always are, by the man himself, Bill Crackman Krackenberger, live from the East Coast on his Christmas vacation. Good morning. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, good morning. I'm good. I'm visiting with some family here on the East Coast. Thanksgiving and Christmas is always good to get away. Someone in my profession, I realize the value of that too, because most people work 9 to 5s and get one vacation, 2 vacations a year, and they can't travel across the country. So very fortunate, and you have to always remember where you come from. So, but for the fans at home, Warren and I were just talking, and yeah, what an amazing season you're having, and it's a testament to the work you put in, the time you put in, and what you do. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of people who are touts or sell games. They're mostly marketing guys, and they just try to market themselves more than their product. And they really don't take the precise care that you do for the fans, giving them great deals, great some money-back guarantees you've given in the past. So it's something that, it really is something that, to me, that's a new area to me, because I don't believe in that. I don't believe in paying for picks. But ever since I met you, and I realized what you do and why you do it, and, as time goes on, I'm more open to even other guys, because your season is just amazing. Your season's amazing here. I know just what you've given me in the last 2 weeks went like 10-0. So that's impossible too. Imagine me saying someone went 10-0. I'd laugh you. They laugh you out of the business. But you're an open book to your customers, so they know also. And that's really it. You've done really well. Yesterday was a big day for me too in college. Went 3-1. The only game I lost was Miami, which probably had a shot for what I'm told. I don't really watch the games, so. I am told that game could have won too. I had +3 on that game. I think 3 or 3.5. And a couple games I gave you, I know one also. Some big moves. And I guess if we count the NFL, I actually had a small bet on Philadelphia last night too. And but then again, it's the NFL. So, and again for the NFL, I probably talked about this in the past. The must-win games, you just try to put yourself in the position of the average square fan that's sitting home watching the NFL. And when these broadcasters come on and say, hey, this is a must-win game for this team, it's a must-win game for that team, the must-win situation, it's already incorporated. It's already incorporated in the line. It's already in the line. So what I actually mean is the line may be 7, and the line may have been 5 at the time, but the must-win team now it's now 7. So, but the square fan looks at it as, well, hey, 7, I got to bet this, and they don't realize that it's already incorporated in the line. That line's already ironed out, and the line is 7. It probably should be 6, but you're laying more because of the must-win situation. So, it's just it's an interesting situation that fans don't realize sometimes. I'm sorry, sports bettors don't realize. They more turn to fans and listen to these broadcasters. And the right side of the game a lot is the opposite side. Like today's situation, I think, is the Giants game. Is that right? The Giants were a win game. Or they're playing Minnesota. Is that right, Warren?
They're playing Minnesota, and it's irrelevant now, but they were in a must-win situation yesterday.
So now, what you could think, a fan would think, is that, they're out of the playoffs now. They got nothing to win for. They're nothing to play for. They're probably disappointed, and they're probably not going to play with their hearts. They're probably not going to, they're upset. And actually, the line, I haven't followed it, but I'm sure it moved. After the game, probably even halftime, or after the third quarter, that line was moving the way, because they just knew that Washington was going to win the game. So that line probably moved, whereas it was probably -6 or something, and then went to 7. Is that correct? Something like that?
You're absolutely right. In fact, when the Redskins were up 13-6, that line started to move, and every time
Right.
the Redskins were scoring a little bit more, that line was moving. It actually got above 7, and lo and behold, right now there's spots that are dealing 6.5 again on it.
Well, that's exactly what my point. My point was I'd be looking to take the 7.5. I'd be looking to take that. I'd be looking to go against the public. The public's automatically jumping on the game because it may be a must-win, or it could be the opposite side. Maybe there's a side now that becomes a must-win, and now everyone's jumping on that bandwagon. I'm looking to take the other team. I'm looking to go against the public. I'm looking to be on the bookmaker side. That's basically what I want to do any given Sunday anyway. I want to be on the bookmaker side of the games in the end. And
yeah, there are a number of teams this week that are in must-win situations that are laying over 10 points when if you looked at this game and it was being played back in week 8, these teams would not be laying double digits. But now because it's week 16 and they've got to, if they win this game they're laying 11 and a half, 12 points.
Right. And it's funny, I talked about the Pinnacle lean last week and how much Pinnacle their closing line means so much. And we were talking about the Jets and Dallas game last week. And it's a situation that will make you money blindly in the end. But it's not every game, because there was a game yesterday that was -3, -11. I'm sorry, -3 plus 11. Pinnacle was begging you to bet the favorite there. And the favorite actually won the game. So things like that do happen sometimes. But if you're going to beat, 54, 55%, and you're going to beat that number by taking the side that Pinnacle is also choosing to have, or it looks like they have on the screen, that's a moneymaker in the end. You and I were just talking about something about yourself also. This year, your percentages are, I usually go on the radio, the various shows that I do throughout the country, and I challenge these touts and these so-called touts to hit 65% or 60%, even to maintain, there's some outrageous claims of 70%, and people do this, they do that, 80%, ridiculous. So I usually challenge a lot of those guys. And just now we went over your percentage for the season, and you're hitting 63% on your NFL, 66% on your NFL sides. Is that right?
NFL totals, yeah, 66% right now.
NFL totals. That's like impossible. Don't ever expect to do it again. I'll let you know right now. 66% would make a guy like me a good amount of money, which it has this season. Of which we had the Philly over yesterday. Is that correct?
Yeah, the Philly Redskins over.
Yeah, no. So you're really doing great, and usually you come on later in the season. That's the scary part. So you actually maintain this percentage from early on in the season, and I have to commend you for that, and to keep the work up. You're doing, keep up the good work. You're doing really well. And
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, and your colleges even, you're holding your own in your college. It's something that's a new frontier for you the last couple of years. So, whereas myself, that's where I usually excel in college football, and I've done very well this year again in college football. College basketball started off really good and came back to the units the last couple of weeks. Still winning for the year, but college football has been where it's at the last couple of years. So, actually, I shouldn't say that. The last decade, college football has been good. But anyway, I really don't have no strong opinions today. As any season goes on, whether it be college football, pro football, anything, the lines get tougher and tougher. The bookmakers get stronger and stronger. It's not like early in the season, whereas a guy like me and my team will know more about a line or about certain teams and different analytical views than the bookmaker that's putting up lines for 80, 90, 100 games a weekend. So as the season goes on, the bookmaker gets tougher and tougher. The lines get ironed out, and the bookmakers get sharper and sharper is what I'm trying to say. So, it's funny. Most people get so excited for the playoffs and look forward to betting money and actually even bet more than they do on the regular season. Well, that's the toughest time to win. Playoff time into the Super Bowl, that becomes the toughest time to win when you're betting sides and totals. So I would be more reserved about your bankroll, and there's plenty of better opportunities coming up in the college sports and even like the WNBA. I'll bet more on a WNBA game than I'll bet on any game in the playoffs. That's because it's exactly it. Like, who would want to bet on something you're laying 11 to 10 that the information is out there publicly, the lines, everyone knows the NFL. It's the most talked about thing. There's more information out there ever now with the fantasy than anything. Or would I rather bet on the WNBA team where I know the lineups and I know what's going on? Like there's so much more information out there on the NFL than there is on the smaller market sports. Where I feel I have an edge. So that's really all I would say this week. I really don't have a lot to say except for just those must-win teams. Just be careful, don't get tricked by them. And I would save the bankroll for. People want instant gratification. Though I understand that they want winners. They want money now. They want. This is why I was just talking to some friends I have here in the car about the racetrack. So the racetrack, you better race in 30 minutes. It's over. The next race is starting. Well, you get instant gratification. You get instantly. You can find out if you're a winner or a loser. But more than often than not, you're going to be a loser because you're giving the racetracks, 20, 25%. When you bet compared to sports betting, 4.5%. We're talking about the lottery, how bad the lottery is with 50%. It's even more than 50 because you pay taxes if you win a lot. It's a matter of what you want to do with your money. So sports betting is definitely a slower grind. It'll slower grind away your bankroll. But however, if you do it like I do it, and you get multiple lines, multiple shops, there's multiple places in Vegas to bet. Multiple places offshore to bet. You get all different lines. In the end, you can, just shopping alone cut your house edge from 4.5% down to maybe 2% or 1%. Or you can get information like I do, and you play with an edge in the end. So that's all I have to say for this week. I'll be back in Vegas next. I'll actually be in Lake Tahoe next week, and I'll talk to you from there.
Excellent. Well, hope you had a very Merry Christmas, and we definitely appreciate you joining us from the East Coast this week, and safe time with all your travels, and good luck today.
All right, take care.
Take care.